Sometimes Conte can be frustrating. Sometimes he can be annoying. Sometimes he can even ask for a severance package. But when Conte gets it right, he gets it really right. People forget that Shakhtar Donetsk destroyed and tore open Basel in the previous round. But what you saw from Inter Milan, this was a managerial, tactical masterclass masterpiece. A total tactical masterpiece by Inter Milan. Superb. A superb performance, as in they totally shut down Donetsk. Donetsk did not know what to do, because they even saw, like, in the first half, you saw like a Donetsk player that was like, he was like, yo, what the hell do I do? Where do I go to? Blah, 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 blah. Because the defensive shape and structure of Inter Milan was superb. But the thing about it, which is why it was an amazing performance, is that sometimes you just see teams that just go men behind the ball, and all they're there to do is defend. Or you see teams that just attack, and just like do these amazing triangles. Why this was amazing is this was the amazing synergy and balance of defense and attack. Inter Milan, superbly positioned, well placed. Everyone knew their role, incredibly disciplined, and they didn't allow Donetsk to play. They didn't allow Donetsk to have any chances. I don't think Handanovic had to make a save. Like, the closest that Donetsk came was that cross from the second half that I think is the Moraes guy, where he headed its bit between them, but it didn't really go anywhere. But the key thing was, and Lautaro Martinez was outstanding. This is one of the best games that Martinez has had, is how they attacked. They knew how to break. And Conte doesn't like having 7, 8, every man, woman, and child offensively attacking. It's very few players, but these very few players, they attack very intelligently. So just the use of Lautaro, Lukaku, the attacking midfielders, the wide men, and just the intelligent, clever movement into the right channels. Everybody was just there to make the right passes. So for me, it was just an amazing performance, And you see, if it's just that Lautaro does not do this every single week, but if Lautaro consistently plays like that, then that is why people can call him a big deal, because it was not only the 2 goals he scored, it's how he was setting up Lukaku, how he was setting up everyone. It was his first touch. It was how he used the ball, his usage of the ball, his footballing brain, his decision making, everything that he did just turned to flipping gold. So the guy was absolutely superb. Romelu Lukaku, black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. Whenever you insult someone, you abuse someone, and we've all done it. I hold my hands up. I know some of you will say, "Oh, I never do it." I hold my hands up. I did abuse him. I have 100% abused and have mocked him. So I called him Sims. So he's a trash player. He's awful. Doesn't know how to play, and so forth. Lukaku. You see, I wanted to say Fernandes was the signing of the season, based on what he did. But then he sort of dipped down and then relied on penalties. Lukaku is the signing of the season, without a doubt. There is now no doubt whatsoever. This is the signing of the season. What he has done in his first season in Inter Milan is outstanding. If this dude shows up in the Europa League final and helps Inter Milan win the Europa League by showing up and scoring goals again, my God, we have to have, and even because right now 100% the guy is tier 2, because he was currently in upper tier 3. His tier 2 residency has been confirmed. He now has tier 2 residency fully confirmed. Superb, absolutely. Because think about Lukaku, that he kept on going, and you could see that in the game. He kept on saying to Barella and guys, give it to my feet, give it to feet. But some of the distribution by the Inter players was bad. Hence why Conte is such an amazing manager. There are some semi-bricks in this in this team. There's some players who are not very good. And why Conte is such a good manager is he can take an average guy and make him look really good. He can squeeze wine and water from stone. Something that Pep is incapable of doing, something that Fergie can do, something that even a club can do, and Mourinho as well. But the thing about Lukaku, though, is that it's just that, you just need to put him in the right position, right system, and so forth. And if you do, he's a very good finisher. He's a very good finisher, and he's a technical player. He's a guy where, because if you look at Lukaku, especially if you show Lukaku to someone like the racist English commentators here, they just see, okay, dark skinned, big and black, yeah, power, pace, power, pace, power, pace, power, pace. But you see, power and pace can't suffice in Syria. Syria has always been a very technical, tactical league where only the most intelligent survive. And if you're in a Conte team, you have to know what you're doing. Because in a Conte team, you have to have a very high football IQ. A high football IQ, because there's a lot of thought that goes into what he tries to build within his team. But my God, man, I mean, this dude's finishing was just superb. Because not only it's his finishing, it's even when you look at the goals that he scored, is how he gets himself in position, how he gets away from the opposition. But as well, which is what I always like about strikers, is can you finish with both feet? Left foot, right foot, boom. And he almost even did like a calling effort with the right foot as well. So, let's be fair here. I can't apologize, because I was fair with Lukaku. When he was at United, he was trash. Maybe it was the manager, maybe it was the system, but it is what it was. He was trash when he was at United. So I called it as it was. But now, better coach, better system, better manager, a manager that now understands him, he looks fully like a world-class striker. We have to now put him in the conversation as one of the best strikers in the world. Like, if I talk about the best strikers in the world based on form, based in this year, you talk Aubameyang, you talk Benzema, you talk Lewandowski, you talk Immobile, and you probably now got to talk Lukaku. You got to talk those five. Cannibal, it's been up and down. Harry Kane, EPL merchants. So, but those dudes, those are probably the Jackson 5 of strikers. Are those 5 there? But I mean, but for instance, I mean, that was a superb performance. Like, I thought this game could have gone either way, but I think what this just showed is, I think for me, the star of the show was Conte. Now, people will say Lautaro Martinez, and if Lautaro Martinez gets that, dude, 100%, like his assists, his goals, his overall play, the consistent good things that he did whenever he was given the ball and so forth before he was taken off, 100%. He hardly made any bad decisions or hardly made any mistakes. He played his role to perfection. But for me, I think Conte was the MVP of this, because he studied Donetsk, completely shot. Like, Donetsk, they couldn't do anything. And you could see that these guys who are basically, I don't know whether you want to call them like favela rejects or just guys from the Brazilian streets. These are basically, because this is the home of Douglas Costa, Willian. All these dudes have basically come through the Shakhtar Donetsk ranks. But they've got some good players there. Like, there's this guy, is it called Marcos or something? Another guys. But they couldn't do anything. And I think normally the kind of space that they normally find, which that they can exploit, Inter Milan do not allow them to get in that space. Because Conte was like, you know what? Screw these Brazilian guys. Screw them. F them. They're going to have to work extra hard to find any cheddar. But we're not going to We're not going to give them any flipping cheddar. So yeah, 100, like, superb, absolute superb performance by Inter Milan. Great, amazing, incredible, and this puts them in a great position to do something. I think we're in for a superb final, because the reason why it's such an amazing final is it is a total different blend of styles. Because you've got the pass-centric system of Sevilla and Lopetegui, and the very pragmatic two-striker system of Inter Milan. And it's crazy. Sevilla, they use the wings a lot. Inter Milan, they go through the middle using Lautaro Martinez and Lukaku. So it's going to be an amazing clash of tactical ideologies. And yeah, look, man, For Conte, man, Conte is close to breaking his European duck. I mean, he's already advanced right now. He's already this is, I think, this is the first kind of like European final that he's been in, i.e., either ACL or Europa League. So, congrats to him, man. But for Inter Milan, superb play, great performance. Godin and Skriniar were quality. They didn't even have to do much because the guys in front of them worked so hard. Handanovic didn't have anything to do, So Handanovic, you're just a game away from finally lifting a trophy. And I think it'd be cool for Handanovic. He's been with Inter Milan for so long, so loyal to them. I think it would be cool and it would be nice if they could give Inter Milan, if they could give Handanovic, a trophy for all his amazing service. All right, guys, let's do about 20 minutes of questions and then I'll be out of here, man. From Azid Byrne. Back to the Man City game. Raheem Sterling has an unusual straight posture. Do you think that is why he misses these sitters? It's not the first time. Forget about the posture. A dude from the road could still G up. Like, that miss is unmistakable. Now, if you're not talking about 1v1s and so forth, yeah, maybe his posture, but let's be clear here. Sterling has been a damn much better finisher since he's been with City than he was at Liverpool. So he's been a much better finisher. But that chance that he missed has nothing to do with posture. It's inexplicable. It is inexplicable. Anybody should be able to score a chance like that, man. All right, let's see. All right. Mo, stop hating, Mo. Mo, stop hating. Stop hating. I think Inter are winning this one. Hard to say. You can't sleep on Sevilla. That's a really good Sevilla team. It's a real good Sevilla team, and Sevilla are going to be much better opposition for Inter Milan. I think. Put it this way: if Inter play like they did today, and Conte just gets the tactics right, I think they should. I think that Sevilla have a pattern of play. And I don't think Inter Milan, that defense will make the kind of mistakes that your United did. So if Inter Milan defend like they defended today, I think that they will shut out. I think they should shut out Sevilla. And I believe that they will give Sevilla issues. Sevilla defensively are better than Shakhtar Donetsk. They won't be able to pretty much prostitute themselves with that Donetsk did. But the thing though is it's still a good Sevilla team. And Lopetegui knows that, all right, we're going up against a tough defense, a real tough defense. So we're going to have to be extra tasty in this one, man. But hard to say, man. Hard to say. Don't read too much into the scoreline. It's crazy. It's 5-0, but again, it's Sevilla who are much better than the Donetsk. It's a final. So put those two things together. Hard to say, man. All right, let's just see. Thoughts on Coman to Barca from his perspective. Thought he had a good thing going with Holland. Yeah, no, look, man. This is how I see it. He said, and this is what he said, I will go to the Euros with Holland, and after that, I will then join Barcelona. But this was assuming, which we all did, that the Euros would take place in the summer of 2020. So he will then take over 2020, 2021. So really, he is still on his time schedule of he wanted to take over Barcelona in the 2020-2021 season. For me personally, I think that he should guide Holland into a Euros, and but it's one of those things, how will this chance to manage your national team come again? At the same time, will the chance to manage Barcelona come again? Because remember, come on, for me, I would go for Netherlands. I would have a discord. Like, what I think it's just it's so complicated because Bartomeu is still in charge. Because what I would do, if you could work with the president and say, look, let me do this Holland thing in the Euros next summer. I'll come in the season afterwards. So what you do as Barcelona is that, you know what, this season we're going to do like what we did with Solari and Real Madrid. We'll get the B coach, bring him in, just do this season, bring in the youth, do the season, nice send off, and Koeman come in and totally, and most likely without Messi, if Messi doesn't sign a contract extension, build this team from the ground up, man. All right, let me just see. Maybe, oh, can you F off? Sorry, let me just see if in case I miss any super shatters. Already pissed off, man. All right, cool. If I'm not missed anything. All right, cool. All right. Inter's defense, Atletico defense. Well, judging from the games, yeah. I mean, look, Simeone is still a great defensive mastermind, but when Conte wants to really D up and really hoist up that defense, he's a beast. He's a flipping beast. You know, the guy is a flipping beast when he really wants to really go all out, all in, or really all in the defense. Like what today was a masterclass. Today was a total, absolute defensive masterclass by Inter Milan. Man, it was superb. Musa, relax, man. I can't believe I was worried about BTEC Flamengo. Look, man, Shakhtar Donetsk, man, they are the BTEC Brazil. They are the BTEC Brazil. But look, let's be real. I was surprised. I didn't, even if Inter won, I didn't think that Inter Milan would do that to Donetsk. I mean, that is a complete and total shakedown. You know, it's a complete and total shakedown, man. Sevilla still favorites. They've won it. They've won it so many times. You know, they have a history with it. I would still say Sevilla are favorites. I would also say Sevilla are favorites. You know, even if you know, I still say Sevilla are favorites. You know, I mean, but only slight favorites. But the beauty is that even if you put them as favorites, I think this is still going to be a very even game. It's a very even game. But my thing is, Inter Milan should win it. When I look at the kinds of players that they have, especially in attack, they should win it. They should win it. But it's one of those things that where, if let's say they face Sevilla in the semis or in the quarters, I'm like, in a final game, it's very tight. A final is very, very different. You know, a final is more than just tactics. It's really about individuals and emotions and the kind of stuff that you can do. From Trudare, thank you for super chat. Do you see Odegaard becoming a starter for Real Madrid next season? No. Who does he displace? You know, you already have the three in main midfield, which is of course Casemiro, Kroos, Modric, or Casemiro, Kroos, and Fede Valverde. So Odegaard is just going to be someone just to come on, you know. So, like, if it's something that he starts, because he's a midfielder, he's within a central main midfielder, so he's not one of the flanks, he's not a striker. Who are you saying that he's going to start ahead of Kroos, ahead of Casemiro, ahead of Modric, ahead of Fede Valverde? Nah, bro, it's not happening. But I think that, you know, he'll be a very good guy to bring off the bench, and I think maybe that is something that Real Madrid need, just, you know, some options squad wise. Because look, man, who knows what the hell is going to happen to Barcelona this season? But Real Madrid, they are looking real good now. Because I said, look, 2020, maybe this is a sign. Maybe this decade is where Real Madrid now dominates Spain for this decade. Because this decade, it's so crazy. This decade, we are going to finally see the end of Cristiano and Messi. And I feel sorry for the Messi and Cristiano fanboys. So when these two guys retire, what do you now do? So you'll just stop watching football, or you'll just keep on retweeting old videos of them. Like those guys, they're just very stupid people, man. From Azerbaijan, could you see Messi as Bayern? No, not happening. He will not. He's not going to be bothered to learn a different language. You know, he only knows Spanish, and he won't bother learning a new language. As I said again, only two things are going to happen. He'll either retire at Barcelona, or three things. I think three things. Just knowing Messi's psychology, he'll either retire at Barcelona, do this whole thing, and have his final year in Newell's Old Boys. I see him doing MLS for a really big contract, and he'll just liken it to what Pele did. You know what? Let me go there, earn a ridiculous contract and say what's up. And say what's up there. So I see that happening, man. Just bested, man. Lukaku wanted to go. Ole tried his best to keep him. Yeah, no. Look, man. I think I I always said that it was very, very foolish of United to allow Solskjaer to go. Because it's like, no, sorry, to allow Lukaku to go, because you always need a striker, and he, even if he was Tim's and he was off, he was still getting some G's. It was still getting some G's. So I just thought it was a foolish thing for them to really allow him to go, man. Sevilla are toothless up front, though. You see, but it only takes a mistake. It only takes one mistake. I know what you're saying. So, the thing with Sevilla is that Sevilla just like to just pass. And that can be quite annoying. Which is why, you see, from a tactical point of view, Inter Milan should win this game, because I think Inter Milan defensively will be able to cope with all of the passes that Sevilla do, and them looking for the overload, the overlap, and then the cross into the box. Whereas I just think that Sevilla will have issues with the presence, physicality, movements of Lukaku and the movements of Matoro Martinez. But you just never know what will happen. Like, Sevilla maybe just click in and just have a great defensive game, and actually maybe just have some imagination and some inspiration in the attack. A final is a very different game. You can look at a final as a regular game. What did Conte do different in Europe this season? First thing to note is that the Champions League and Europa League are both different. That's a key thing to note. That's the first thing. I remember Inter Milan are a team dropping down from the Champions League to Europe. But I feel that he has, for me, I think that I think his influence over this Inter team, I think, is far greater than that Juventus team, because I think the issue that Juve have always had is a false sense of superiority based on just how easy they found it in Syria, then they just get a shock in the Champions League. So, but I just think in this Inter team, he's really had to work a lot more and really get the best out of these dudes. And he never had a striker of the quality of Lukaku at Juventus. I think Lukaku's presence, I think, is very key. And Lukaku he's a really good old school striker. Who's better, Vinicius or Rodrigo? I can't believe some people think Rodrigo is better. It's a classic thing again. Rodrigo is a cleaner, neater football player. Vinicius is more effective. I would always pick Vinicius over Rodrigo, because sometimes, even if you may have better ability, you're not that effective in a game. Vinicius is very dangerous in a game, and he can really make things happen in a game, which is why I just think it is crazy Zidane didn't have him in there. But to be honest with you, even if I think Rodrigo is a pretty good player, I don't rate him that highly, And I think Vinicius, I think he's a kid that's getting better and better and better, and I think his fearlessness to go into the hearts of the opposition, I think, is one of his best strengths, man. Is Conte top 3 managers? I mean, look, man, we have to really talk about Conte. They should have won Serie A this season. They should have, because when you see managers, I look at how well do you manage what you have. How well can you do with kind of the restrictions that you have? Can you make an average team an amazing team? For me, that's management. And management isn't making an amazing team amazing. Management is a crap team, average team, amazing. And what Conte did with Chelsea, what he did with Italy in the Euros, and what he's doing with his Inter Milan side, he really knows how to elevate average team. This Inter Milan team is not that great a team in terms of personnel and players. I told you, there are some semi-bricks in this team. So I'm like, man, this guy ain't very good. D'Ambrosio is from the road. He's tough and so forth, but he's essentially from the road. So there are a lot of players in this team that are from the road. And he has dragged them to Europa League final, and they only lost Serie A by one point. Um, from Just Beston, why don't you love Neymar the same way you love Dino? Because Ronaldinho is one of the the craziest players of all time. I mean, Just Beston, come on. Ronaldinho is one of the most beloved players of all time because some of the stuff that Ronaldinho did on a football pitch we've never ever seen before. Okay, Neymar hasn't done the kinds of things that Ronaldinho has done. YouTube is your friend. Go watch a Ronaldinho show reel. Ronaldinho has one of the most scary, craziest show reels of all time. I think if Rodrigo can play as a right wing, how effective is he as a right wing? And my thing about this is that can he play as an inside forward? Because remember, Zidane doesn't have wingers; he has inside forwards. So can he play as an inside forward? So can he play on the right and come in on his left and shoots from his left? If he can't do that, I don't think Zidane would. I don't think he would be that useful for him. And I think that is maybe the issue with Rodrigo, because Rodrigo is a winger. He doesn't cut in on the inside. He plays really much as a right wing. Whereas I just think that look at how I think he may be looking for inside forwards, guys to cut in on the inside and now take that shot. Oh Lord. Reminder that Conte was the last coach that gave Chelsea the Premier League and the FA Cup, yet some people disrespect him. This is the thing, though. Let me be clear, Mr. Triple X. It was fair enough. What he did that season was amazing. Like what he did with Costa and Fabregas, it was superb. It was a great thing how he changed his system. It was amazing. But facts are facts. He tanked the season intentionally so he could get a severance package. And that is ridiculous. So yes, you may have succeeded and so forth, but what you did was absolutely sacrilegious. You really just sacrificed a season fully. That's what you did. You sacrificed the flipping season because you wanted a severance package, man. Nah, man, I can't roll like that, man. Who should Inter replace Gagliardini with, man? That guy's a brick. Wait, was that the guy who on the counter he overran the ball and then fouled the dude? Hard to say because it's hard to really find to really get right dudes, man. Hard to say, man. Hard to say. I've got to really think about that one, but there are some bricks in that thingy team, man. Hey HH, can we get Kante for free? Help a brother out. Mosab, screw you. There is no way in hell Kante is leaving Chelsea. if Kante leaves to Chelsea, Chelsea will leave that Stamford Bridge, man. Oh wow. Thoughts on City building a statue for David Silva? Well, look, man. I mean, I don't view him as a legend in and of itself, but I think in terms of Man City, I suppose he's a legend, man. I suppose he's a legend, you know, but I wouldn't call him a Premier League legend. But in Man City's eyes, I suppose so, man. All right, last 2 minutes and then I'm out of here, man. HH, if Lukaku scores 2 goals in the final, he'll have outscored R9, your GOAT. My GOAT is bold Lukaku, way or no way. Lukaku 32 goals, Messi 31. If I say more, I'll get in trouble. Look, people have to eat some humble pie. What Lukaku has done this season has been amazing, man. It's absolutely flipping amazing. It's superb. It's absolutely so superb, man. But if he outscores, and my friendship of Ronaldo isn't for stats. My friendship of Ronaldo is because of how amazing he was. He's still the best player I've ever seen in my life. And what he did in the World Cup, guys. Okay, he has a flipping World Cup. I'm sorry, man. All right, guys, man. So look, man, well done to from Azibon. Pick 4 Bayern players for Chelsea and why. The heck? Pick 4 Bayern players. Okay, oh well, all right. Alphonso Davies, because they need a good quality left back in there. Manuel Neuer because they need a keeper. Lewandowski because they need a striker. And I would say Josh. Yeah, I'll also say Joshua Kimmich as well, because of his versatility. So he can either play right back or play in the midfield. Guys, it's been real. So remember, guys, keep abreast of on the YouTube channel for all of the post-match streams. Also remember to follow me on Twitch for all of my live watches of the games that will be happening. Well done, Inter Milan. Quality. Lukaku, show some respect. You can't call them teams anymore. And I think we are in for a superb, amazing final on Saturday. Peace out. Stay true, stay real, and most of all, stay black. Become a Patreon member. Get access to my blog, get access to exclusive videos, and also get access to the podcast of the Saturday and the Sunday hangouts. Head over to patreon.com/halfwop to gain all these goodies while also supporting your boy HH.